To the listeners, supporters, fans, and well wishers, them we in a Salon Tok Forum where they deal with issues coming in analysis. Today again, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, plenty, thank you for another beautiful, extraordinary, beautiful way it don't make it possible for us to see not to a doctor, not to a neighbor, not to the fire force, but to car. This is now one of the mysteries of God. Now he made them determination day. The one that we not able to grab today, we ask them, say, let he give them a mercy. Let he give them eternal rest. And then they rise in glory. First, I want to call on follow and share the broadcast now. On a comment. On a follow. And above all, Lord, subscribe to the YouTube. Very, very important. I may not send the topics them, but I can read them again. Now see how we craft them, the order in which way we talk about them. That comes and we give for long. Level see them. The topics that as a matter of fact, they're really very important because you get what you get for do with politics in the country. So from time to time, we would discuss them. Let bring the first one panel. Let's see. The first one, as you see, it talk about the endless propaganda at the country. The endless propaganda at the country, especially on the part of the opposition. The endless. Everything that propaganda, misinformation, disinformation. So what you need to do, that need to beg the fundamental question. Say, well, then, where is the patriotism? Why people they don't decide for resort to this politics of desperation? To the point, everything that propaganda, they're not going to be honest enough. They're not go. It is one thing for oppose because we all not going to be a robot. We all get for go along, forget along. But you get what they call intellectual honesty, where you see things the right way. Call them as you see them. When you resort to propaganda, when people they resort to propaganda, misinformation, then they do the nation a terrible disservice because most of the information are what people they put out. We depend on them. We depend on the veracity of them. But if you can't put out information where say it wrong, now a total disservice that. Now an unpatriotic act than the reason why I decide for bringing this topic, if when I go to social media, there is this question of something will happen now. Cottage hospital, something happen. Now, the propaganda people when they come, they put up in such a way, that the authorities they go do bad. But what I will do now, I want to tell Vicky Ramon, I want to tell them boku thank you. He actually do what you call a patriotic act. He will correct, the record. I want to tell them plenty. Correcting the record so means say you're not part of the governance, you belong to that party, or you're not the agent for the people. No. It's just that we cannot continue having a society where it's full of misinformation, disinformation, scaffold of lies, things were not so true. With a kind of confused with fellow citizens. That in itself is a very unpatriotic act, a totally unpatriotic. Put out the information as you see them. Put them as it is, not color them. Because the reason why I talk about this, a good number of it, we depend on the information the way people they put out. We depend on them. We depend on them for be able to make informed judgments, very rational judgments. We depend on them. So it behoves on the one name where they put that information out. Now, a more responsibility that way they get for make sure say the information where they put out for we. Now, one that we're not slanted at all. now, the truth, it for be the truth. That's so it for be. Yes, freedom of speech now part of the democratic process, but it also comes with an enormous amount of responsibility, meaning that you where they put the information out, you therefore be very mindful of the fact that not to everybody go University of Heaven, we go there, we go study till even surpass Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No. So not put up in the way thinking that where the people then go look up, then go able, pick the chaff from the grain. Yes, you get a lot of people that will get the cognitive intelligence, they get the ability, they get the academic acumen for do that. But not to we all. So when those information and they go out, we they take them saying that the gospel truth than they. It's very factual, not to any manufacture, not to propaganda. But if we can't be say misinformation, you're like this thing here about a Pekin will die, that yes he died, but now the way how they put the thing up, forget a political edge over that. This is what we get for avoid everything people they want to make a political mileage out of them. It just not bode well. It just doesn't work well. And like I say now, an act of patriotism nande. When people they resort, to then kind of licentious, conduct them way of doing things just for score cheap political points, then is simply not good. So the first part for the program, Naya, it can talk about the facts, the information that they put out for public consumption. Where they put on it, we get the civic responsibility. We get the moral responsibility for make sure say the information what they put out, now the correct one that they put out. Because we cannot afford for create a situation where misinformation, disinformation, scaffold of lies, now in the reign supreme. No, we simply cannot do that. We simply. So I just want again, like as I wrap up this first part of her, I tell Vicky Ramon Boku thank you. Because when you see the thing, when you get the facts, you can't put the facts them out for counter. I tell her plenty thank you. And let God make sure they get more patriotic citizens than like that. By in coming for correct the record, not me say in a supporter of the government too. But what you do now a civic and moral responsibility that they do. Just so for ensure say people they know they work out with information way not correct at all, not. Because like I say, when you do them, you they actually now a terrible disservice. So as I go to the next topic, we also jive with this first one. Only that I get somebody in mind who will care for call, where I will hold them accountable naya, and then I kemo sisi. Una de sisi kemo sisi, they put out information out here again about this, election where we don't come about waiting in get way for pull out, waiting you get there for pull out, there for pull. Yes, me believe say, and I believe say all Salionians believe say when elections they take place, people therefore account for them. Well, this is what the man will be named at Soviet Union, the leader will be named at Soviet Union. You say Stanley that he say not to the people the way they go vote, not to him, not to them. We actually know the issue. Joseph Stanley say, he said that the one them where they count, the one them where they in charge of the elections people there, he said that them, not them, that them actually that the issue now. Now, can also say come out with something about this election, he get this, he get that, he get that, he get this. But it can't be say, when he put out there, again, John the quote about it, and the first one, na lies. But again, we can't credit now. We will give Sylvia Blyden credit. You see, this line they call intellectual honesty. Even if you know they support somebody, you know they forum, it is one thing for they not support somebody and another day for. But it's also again another thing entirely where you see the truth. Then you know you not credit the person way straight in the record. We tell God thank you, waiting Sylvia Blyden come the way he respond to Kemos say them. We tell God thank you. God make a listen to her. All of this way Kemos say and in minus say they do. Now for try for him deflect attention from the fact. Don't forget say commission of inquiry them find adversely against them, they get things them. They're only lucky where the Julius Maada Bio administration it turned the findings of the commission of inquiry then it make an as if that personal property. That not the problem now, because these things are not to personal property. Now the citizens of Sierra Leone. So those findings of the commissions of inquiry should have been implemented to the fullest, like they be say. But what he do, he keep her to himself, he make her like nine get time. So now that make. But we get patriotic people then, and like I say, now again we get for commend Sylvia Blyden. What he do, he dissect, the thing he look at. Then he pointedly make less Kemos say no, yes, this is not a cynical and calculated effort on impact for try for evade for let them not talk about the findings, so the adverse findings and where they panel as a result of the exponential corruption them where they be engaged in. So all of this they do. Kemos said if you get any evidence, where get anything for do that election day. What you need for marshal that evidence, they can't go to the authorities them, not for come na social media, you need talk up things that were not factual. Then as a matter of fact, Sylvia Blyden even ask him about the things that were imminent in charge now in put local area where all of the things that were imminent supposed for account for. He didn't account for them. He not account for them. But here is sit on public social media. He dispute gobble the gook, irresponsible claptrap, and in name proposition, all calculatedly designed for misinform, disinform, and mislead gullible supporters. You see, this is what they do. Then they take advantage of the fact, say, they're listening audience them. Now, a very, very gullible people them. Now, people them were lacking in any intellectual capacity whatsoever for be able for discern, deception from truth or from reality. They not get that capacity for them. So what they do, then they buy into anything what they tell them without questioning the legitimacy or the accuracy or the veracity of the things that when they put out. But again, in this episode here again, just like way I tell Vicky Ramon Boku Tsenki for that cottage hospital incident, how he correct the record. And so again, I'll get for tell Sylvia Blyden, Dr. Sylvia Blyden Boku Tsenki, for where he correct the records where Kemos say they put out. He correct the records I want to tell Dr. Sylvia Blyden Boku thank you for that. Now, again, as I move for go discuss the other aspect of them, I ask you again for Leona share. Sharing the program is very good because it widen the fabric of them. There we all come there, now share, now comment. There we also, like you say, let we the YouTube page that Kutubu Koma YouTube page we need for subscribe to them. Because what you want to want make them, large, want make them large. Because like I say earlier on, I think now yesterday or day before yesterday, now I mentioned the fact say me personally, I want come on at the WhatsApp groups then. Because the easy way I want come on at the WhatsApp groups then. We know they learn anything they were useful. We are not. What do they see there? Like we say, misinformation, disinformation, pyramid of lies, hala, rancor, recrimination, and rigid ideological dogmatism, party pickingism. Now then you hardly see people in the camp there where will come for talk things and we actually pertinent or the citizens like this electricity business where the country go through, this water business, this unemployment, this situation where youth they now resort to lifestyle them we're not good, this push taking, this drug abuse. These are all the things that will come for they talk about, and then what we need for do, we call the attention of the authorities. For example, if you follow what you are doing today, I send a letter today, in fact an open letter, una within their WhatsApp group them, and even also on Facebook, where I sent to lawyer Sulaiman Banja. The reason why I send that letter to Sulaiman Banja, when as a matter of fact I even make a broadcast out of her, is that the lawyers them and the judge them now waiting for now happen. We've done. I don't promise, and I make I come to come now everybody. We they come with a war on the judiciary as a whole. We compose lawyers as well as judges them. This is the new front. This is not what they can't wage war. The reason for this, where we talk to now, we Salionians for wage war on the judiciary because the judiciary were supported by the lawyers and not to anything where anybody go right home. It exponentially corrupt. And in fact, if we see governments don't become out of hand, you see this kind of totalitarian madness. You see government people, they do things with reckless abandon. And the law and order, they know they take up. They do things we not go blame anybody. We go blame, the people that were in the law profession. Meaning that both the lawyers them, as well as the justice system. When I go recall, and every day when I get chance for talk about this here, I talk about the great work where the political thinkers they undertake. People like John Locke, them people like Edmund Burke, them what them do, where they divide the government. I've done times without number. I don't talk about that great Magna Carta where come John here in Beirut, where they be forced for go now a place in the corner running it now England for let it sign that document that document they limit in power. Now from that document they America form where they get separation of powers. You get this branch when they're responsible for this, you get that branch that is responsible for that, you get that branch that is responsible for that. From that document in it. But they can already argue, I will stand on the threshold of that argument, that all three branches of government, meaning that the legislative arm, the executive arm, and the judicial arm of if two of them bad off, most say the legislative branch bad off, the executive bad off, there is a way out by way of democratic and in transparent election. The citizens one way or the other they will get rid of them bad government through elections, or the worst case scenario through armed intervention when the armed forces can go there for get rid of them kind of a bad government. But now one aspect of government that we always talk about all the time, and some of we will continue for talk about. One bad part of government we not for go bad at all not. Now the judicial part of government they not for go bad at all not. When the judicial part of government, they are the one that were in charge of law enforcement. Once that they go bad, they will not cease for be a society of civilized men and women. Because the reason where that not for happen, the people that were in charge of the law, the lawyers the judge the one they already did. Them are the people that they are the guarantors them of the constitutional liberties. Now them, they act as bastion for we sin we self, as free human beings. We for be able for live in a society where justice go there for everybody, But as it is, one of the cries that went in a salon where if are very loud, now the epistemic miscarriage of justice where then at the country now really bad of. You get case na court na salon, the way you don't then would get the highest money. In other words, justice there for the highest bidder. Would that pay the highest money, now they get justice na salon. Anyhow we look at, now they get justice there. So these are the things that the way we as citizens now for fight against. Like I already talked about, not to elections, now the determinant factor for good governance. Election are just one way that for bring people there into power, where now they will be the administrators for be there in charge of the day-to-day activities for attend to their business. The real democracy now, waiting they give gravitas to democracy when we all as citizens, we meaning that the one that way now the people that would not give power, we mean that we government and we citizens we submit to the dictates of the rule of law. We submit to the dictates of what the justice say. That made they say justice is colorblind. Justice for me one, we not only said to be done, but it can for be seen to be done. And they are something they call equal law, equal justice. Equal law, they go with equal justice. And salute as it is. Even before I come now, so for can't talk, I get two people that will call me complaining about what they go through at the hands of the lawyers, what they go through, especially the property. The one the more where they suffer this kind of grave in miscarriage of justice. We were they oversee now because waiting they happen, the lawyers them and the judge them they all collude. Then they collude. Anyhow, look up. Once they know say you they oversee now, more say you get an issue and more say like you land business, you property business, they know say you they oversee. That become an avenue for let them make money off you. It become an avenue for money making. Waiting will happen, you will get inordinate delay. We don't know of cases where they are caught for years without end. In fact, most times some of the people themselves were involved in that case, and some don't even pass away. No justice is being rendered. No. So this is not the situation. Like I say, if you see with government, they will get a part of with government and part of. Now waiting and they see the third arm of government they do. The one they were in charge of the laws and the lawyers them and the judge they waiting they do. So when they say they're so exponentially corrupt, they know they hold anybody accountable. Now it make you they see we get them bad governance and so we can take a cue of what happened at Senegal because the judicial system stand firm and they were very resolute. They were very unequivocal. They're very irrevocable. They stand firm to Macky Sall. They stand firm. Now I make a day like today, and Senegal they celebrate democracy. Now the tinap where the judiciary is down now Senegal say yeah, the rule of law now go work now. Nobody no go there now, we go there above the law. No, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. If we get that kind of a system then they just about everywhere. Jolly America so now when they talk so the former president of this country is being held accountable. It didn't accord. Why? The reason for that, nobody know they above them. Now only Salon now they advance the gated argument. Oh, well, this man a statesman, this man a that, this man a be a former leader. No, there's nothing like that. We need for let people they understand and the positions where people they hold. Now, an honor and privilege, not to birthright, not to entitlement, not to divine right. Now, an honor and privilege where fellow citizens they put on people that where they invest in offices and where you now violate, the trust and confidence where citizens they put up, there are unintended consequences. And this is where the third branch of government comes in, where the judiciary. But I could say we greatest handicap in the country, we greatest enemy, the greatest threat to we well-being in the country. Now the corrupt and corrupt judicial system will get in the country. Now the single most threat to Sardinians and well-being. Until we get the judiciary for return to the role under the constitution. Under the constitution, the judiciary is not supposed to be part of a government, not to the own government. What you get now, Salon, depending on which government in power. Now what they talk to now SLPP and judiciary now get now. Because the SLPP they power. Today, tomorrow, if SLPP go out of office, the next government where they come, it will be that government where they the judiciary and they will get them. So these are the problem this world don't get. But in the place like United States, we tell God thank you, the judiciary where they not to either the Democrats, not to the Democrats they get that, neither not to the Republican get that. Now the people of the United States for preserve the constitutional liberties and for also preserve the corporate well-being of this country also. If that not to be the case, policeman are not gonna Joe Biden in house or in office for go ramsack him. Neither they know for go na Donald Trump in house for go ramsack him looking for citizen and document, let alone a charge to court. All what they show this is not a nation of equal law, equal justice. Now a nation where nobody know they above them. So they can say the greatest threat in our country now, as we look at now, we law people them, we judiciary, we lawyers them. It start with the lawyers them because if we not get corrupt lawyers them, then we not go get corrupt judges them. Now the lawyers them, and what even handle we your situation now, we not get a kind of press people them, journalists them, where go actually hold both sides accountable. At this point, I want to give a fellow that guys they follow things and where they happen in other countries. There is a journalist in Ghana where they call Anas. Let God bless Anas. Anas alone, now that he always talks say, one man can able make a difference in the lives of fellow citizens, either plus or minus. What did Anas Nagana do? Anas, with the acquiescence or support of the then Chief Justice, Georgiana Wood, when Anas actually come with the feeling, say the judiciary in Ghana is very, very corrupt, what did he do? He undertake investigations. He undertake investigations. He infiltrates them. He go there. He operate sting. They call it sting operation. He now a lot of justices in Ghana where they hold them on camera, engaging in corruption, selling justice. Then catch them. Anas, let God bless Anas. To the extent President Biden, President Obama, as well as let Kofi Annan, now the United Nations Secretary General, they commend them for that. These are the sort of journalists them where they work for the country. But the journalists are all getting now brown envelope receivers them, praise singers them, yellow book journalists them, the one they wait just there for, then they see the wrong, so they evade them. They all don't become his master's voice, they all they sing. That way, these are the ills of society who get under bad journalism in the country, practiced by bad journalists there, bad judicial system, and practiced by bad judges them and bad lawyers them, until we change that narrative there, until we get a situation where the people that are then different branches and they do their work properly. After us, if we talk about the fact say we want ensure an egalitarian and just society. We want for be sure say with society in Rwanda where they on the path of progress. These are the things that accountability. We get for hold we self accountable. We as citizens for hold we self accountable. We for hold we governments also they accountable. These are the things that where we need for do. These are the things that what we need for do. Accountability. Now the only way that yes, we're not. I mean, we as human beings, we're not perfect. There is nothing like the only thing we're perfect. We're not a utopia. Now God Almighty or Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Because we're not perfect, now make we get guidelines that they put in place. Now make we get laws. So what via off acceptable norms then we hold ourselves accountable. Allah Subhanahu wa Taala ain't no need laws then because Allah Subhanahu wa Taala now a utopia, is very perfect. They make mistakes. So need laws them for a guide in conduct which they do. Now we as human beings then now that make so what we need for do, we need for obey the laws then, we need for hold yourself accountable and order and solve problems like I say now. And not so much the politicians then. Waiting up now with so-called justice system now it don't create an enabling environment for bad governance in the country. We law practice the salon. We lawyers them and judges them. 99% of them now they're responsible for the state of Salon today because they're very corrupt, they're morally bankrupt, fundamentally they're dishonest, they're very unpatriotic. All this money. They all don't money at the expense of time-tested values then. So they don't decide say like they already talk. One man can make a big difference in the lives of fellow citizens, as well as one man can point. Iran, one man now make the difference in the lives of Iranians. People they say, well, you they talk so now well because you sit on America, that make you that's fine. But people they get for be historically reminded that Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini now France now they able effectuate changes in the country. France now they Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini been where undertake changes. You can effectuate changes in the country. You can bring good governance in the country in and out. It all depends on how you use them. The social media will get so it will be a very potent tool for them. But with brothers and sisters, they misuse them, they abuse them, then they get there engaged in doing the wrong thing. Now that made the message not they go. If we all be they use the social media properly for talk about the ills of society, let us know they do it on partisan basis. If you then are APC and then the people that are APC do wrong, you point them out, protect them. If you then are SLPP people they do wrong, you point them out, you bring them, you are helping. But we get a sort of in a political culture that Salon, where if I then are SLPP, that a question of see no evil, hear no evil, not talk about my party, not talk about my leader. Conversely, if I then are APC, that the same thing, not talk bad about my country, not talk bad about my party, not talk about me my leader. Waiting up also in these trees in case where and by Kuruma gave cause for let go down. It wrong because Julius Madabio for understand say the trees in case not to against them. You see now this personalization when they personalize everything. Waiting before happen. Not to and by Kuruma need for talk say commit treason, attempt for overthrow, not to your job and in law you call a bottom of proof. The bottom of proof say and Kuruma was involved in that. Now the prosecutors them. So in before staying at the country, not before Joseph Kamara, not before go, it can fraudulent application a court for allow the man for walk away. Now what you don't do, it just don't give the it just don't give the impression say he guilty. Because if I'm not guilty, and John Lekwe I talk now, the law clearly protect and by Kuruma, a protector in the sense not to in your place that for talk say not to your place and in law they call a bottom of proof beyond reasonable doubt that. So there was no need for let Joseph Kamara go present fraudulent affidavit in court. And where the man they left, you see the man they work out unaided for go join the play. Now with the see and yonder, what he don't do, he don't provide justice with the acquiescence of this same BO administration. This way, I also get the BO administration is support. And USA is did start. It start by where you get this very Makisan of all, and Akufo-Addo, where they can they interfere in the judicial process with the support of Julius Maada BO. With the support of Julius Maada BO, he undermine the effectiveness of the judiciary. All of this. This is where, if you get a very strong bar association, this is where they don't really take umbrage. Therefore, don't take on the government on that. And by now, Joseph Kamara, we can have fraudulent affidavit, we claim say, and by Kurumano, where they make it court. By now, the Bar Association or the body where they regulate lawyers, for don't they deal with her. Because it misrepresent the court. It can something go, the court were totally fraudulent. Now, ethical violation, it violate ethics, it violate norms, and the requirement the way they guide the law profession. So these are all the things that for the camp talk about the law be able for muster the courage of conviction and fortitude and the honesty and patriotism for all the issues them. We don't go expect people them for common the American people them or the British people them or the French people them, the German people them for go for make salon. No. Now we get for make salon. Don't like way they not go expect we for make their own country. Now they say. The first thing where they agree for do, especially America, where some of you very aware of the politics, how America evolved. First, you talk about the War of Independence. We also they talk about when King George III, that place when they call Battle of Saratoga, where they first King George for recognize the sovereignty or the independence of this country also. Then they talk about the laws and when they put together the constitution. And they resolve, say the only thing we go define what in this country mean and what in this country will stand for. Now the rule of law where everybody is being held accountable. Everybody, not to what Joe Biden say, not to what Donald Trump say, not to what Obama say, not to what Carter say, not to what Clinton say. Now what the law say. Now, and the fallback. That is where the decision they fall back on the law because then the ethical foundation, then the moral compass. Now, the clue, now the foundation on which this country has to them. Now, no matter what happen, America will never fall. Every day when I get chance for talk, I already talk this. America will never fall for one reason. Then decide say they will never depart from that supreme law where they put. That law where on there over 200 years, they go up the candle. Now you go guide them. Now I mean they get things so much now, election now, not to every anything now, because everybody know every 2 years now, they get midterm elections. Every 4 years, they get general election. Not to the president of the United States, they determine, or the electoral people, not to the election commission, they determine say election get for them. He did it. He codified the law. Say the first Tuesday of November, either every 2 years or every 4 years, everybody they go there. For example, the 15th of April every year, everybody they go pay in tax from Joe Biden, when the president, say cannot to the direct money. Why? Because that's what the law say. The country is it regulates itself. The country is self-regulatory. Then you don't get president anymore because yes, you will get forget leader. But believe me, without a president, the country, because it did it, because they believe in the law. So holding that position, you're not president, you're not minister, you're not just an honor and privilege. So we as citizens, we need first to put the country ahead, regardless of whatever political party they would support. We need first for first talk for the country, support the country. Because the fact of the matter simply is this: without the country, there's no political party and there's no leader. We cannot afford for the put we leaders them or we party them ahead of the country. Without the country, There is no political party and there's no leader. You only get a leader, first you get a country, because at the continent it governed. So the waiting get for happen, we get for the make sure say the country now come first, now we get for protect the well-being of the country now for the protect, then say. So I can go to the third and final part of the broadcast now, where we'll talk about the fact now say, if we talk about democracy, we really they talk about democracy. We want to create a democratic environment. And this actually, this time, this talk here, he aimed at SNPP, now aimed at. Two things where you lost matter view for do now. One, that constitution where let Justice Kawan be fashioned, that constitution for be presented to Parliament, for let it pass as it is intact. There should be no amendment to that constitution. There should be no amendment. Because me personally, I tell God, thank you, I don't read them. I get them. I don't read the constitution. That constitution, if they implement them, they put it in the Parliament, then everybody in the country, the politician, we as citizens, John America, everybody go by that constitution. Believe me, we say we will be very proud of the country. John Americans are proud of the country. John Americans are proud of the country because what will happen? We go hold yourself accountable. What is fundamentally absent as alone, and as long as that not addressed, where accountability not there, accountability is not there. Nobody is held accountable. Nobody is held accountable for the infractions of principles. Others from the above. Oh, now the president, now the president in West, now the president in Pekin, now the president in this, now the president that. No, there's nothing like. Yeah, what they talk about Joe Biden when the president in Pekin then a court criminal charges they on in Pekin. You talk about the president of the United States, Joe Biden, in Pekin then a court. The former president again, like I talk, Donald Trump then a court. All these 28 people they try for talk, then they try for talk say, then a society where nobody know they above you, nobody know they where you so important, where you so big, where your office so big that you go there above the law. No, they don't believe in that. So we as citizens therefore demand and make sure Julius Madabio submit that Justice Kawan constitution in Parliament for let them act on them. Let them act on them. Now with only salvation that we don't like this country, they don't need anybody for outsiders who can't tell them how they govern themselves. They don't need nobody or international community. No, they're able to address the issues the way they affect them. The way when they address issues the way they affect them, then they go back to the laws then. The laws and then they take nine. They don't need nobody. Now only like Salio that they all time the international community say this, international community say that, international community says it. When you talk and they say whether they give money, now they give money. But then the question is why we need for they go and beg to people then. We get enough financial resources or we get enough resources for let us be self-sufficient. After we look at Salion, the size of an like just North Carolina, sometimes the most will go put Salion, now just 10 million. 10 million with all the resources we'll get, we'll not go able money. We get for they go from place to place, they bigger. Look, even this MCC, another MCC money they where we they subject themselves to that kind of embarrassment and the molestation and dictation for people there. So about time now turn the pendulum around. We they talk about 63 years of independence. 30 days things that were supposed for them at the country. Where for them they will not see them. We talk about 63 years of independence. 30 days we live at the at the whims, fears, and caprices of outsiders. Now that we get them come about disrespect with the military. So like at the talk say, one thing now where Julius Mada go do now, where go serve as a legacy now. Come 2028, everybody where they run for be the presidential candidate for SLPP, Therefore start waiting they do now this country, they call them primaries. Primary election meaning that let the candidates them now every part of the country inside they vote, let they also submit themselves to the will of the voters. And people that will say, well, now expensive proposition, but now they take money from them people there, the foreign people, the international community. Now they take money, so that money then they will not take up and will spend them on that kind of thing where they help the country. Yes, it's being funded. It's being funded. Today night at the end, somebody they come talk about monies and where the World Bank they don't give, where they say the World Bank gonna Salon, the things and where the administration before don't do. Now today I hear that I felt very bad. They say that's you talk about millions of dollars and millions of dollars. Now because the man make the reference suicide for gold. Not to say like that propaganda they talk about, or just the time for just try for do something where go actually inflame the embers of discord. No, it quote sources them. World Bank report now it quote. So they actually all the money all they get where them. Why are the citizens not they see all the money they also? Why they know they get benefit out of them? You get Salians and always very determined. Then they make research. Yeah, you get honest one. Yeah, of course, you get the dishonest one where they come for propaganda. But this Dr. Fofana, where come today, where lay out that report they can see, again is source. And I not believe say that Monday we just sit down no more. He talk things and we not factual. So like we talk now, so if we need peace and quiet and stability, because Julius Madam always talks about say he want peace in the country. It is one thing. For made that pronouncements, they say you want peace in the country. It is one thing. But you actions and get for dovetail and make dande. How it do? And like I say, we problems them. It already start from the election business. That they start. Then it cascade into another thing that they start. For example, waiting SLPP for do. SLPP for demand say everybody where they try for run for be the presidential candidate for submit to the will of the people then. We need for understand say we know they run a parliamentary democracy where now the party no more the party high ups and the one that within the the executive structure of the party, the whatever they call it, they knock that them. No. This is not a major decision of profound effect. Let every candidate where one be the SLPP presidential flag bearer, let it submit to the people them. Let them go, let them put ballot papers, ballot boxes them for everybody. Whoever win now him Julius Madabio for support. As when they go the convention, now they go crown say yes, now the SLPP presidential candidate. Because when they do that, they quiet go there at the place, everybody go be satisfied, say yes, this person where we get as presidential candidate, now we citizens, we SLPP people, now we pick. We don't want anybody where now you're the party fat cats say that they pick up. No, not to democracy that day. And waiting that they do that they make the any talk of Madabio being the father of democracy, they make abject mockery of him. Complete abject mockery that they make of him. They go tell for undercut him. So we want to begin to see democratic experiment in the country. One begin to see real democracy in the country. Because they could say the problems that they get in the country, they talk about a very bad, justice system, bad judicial system. And then you get the one name where say they didn't have the press, when are their own job for come, educate, inform, enlighten people there. They all don't become brown envelope receivers. Who side the two they know they told the two. They all decide with people because they all they receive brown envelopes. They all don't become praise singers. What they don't do, they don't put the political parties there and the leaders there. ahead of the country. So nobody seem for the talk for the country. So, but we, by God power, especially we're fortunate enough, we're lucky enough for them that they can country they are. So we get free press day, we freedom of speech, now an integral part of democracy. We will continue. Like I say, one man can make a lot of difference in the lives of fellow citizens. One person. I just don't get example. Ayatollah Khomeini, where we then at Iran, from France that they where excuse me, from France that he brings changes in the country. From France, it preach awareness. It sensitizes the psychological attitude of a fellow citizen. The fellow citizen in Iran, they wake up to reality. They face reality. They bring change in the country. We need for understand, say, the country that we all get the country. 2 days ago, when I talk, I flashed me Salon passport. And in fact, going forward, I can't begin making part of what I will do now. Every now and then, when I can, I will talk. I will hold my Salon passport. Then everybody say, I say, that passport, give me the same rights, John Lekao, you just matter, you get them. Wait, and there's my Kuruma get them. Samura Kamara get them. Fode Yasane get them. Kane you can get them. That same right. What thing are the right? The passport we hold, now make up a citizen of Salon, where you have all the rights them. So me say that the same passport I hold, when I give me all the rights them. So I get the right for talk about things them where not they go well in the country. I get that rights day as a Salonian. I not get for be party picking. I not get for be part of the political process. No, this even what they do some now also not part of the now we contribution that the awareness what there is now the contribution that towards the political advancement of the country. So I not get for belong to a party for do that. Where I see things they go off track, now me place that for bring them to the attention of people there, to the authority. That they call patriotism. You call the issues them as you see them. Not slanter because that you party day or the possibility that you tribesman or that you come out. Because at the end of the day, when the country go bad, that everybody then go bad. So they can talk for law begin get a headway in a Salon. Waiting for can now begin happen. There's not going to be a full-fledged war against the people that were in charge of we law. We lawyers them and we judge them. It's going to be a full press court war against them because they're responsible for this miscarriage of justice in the country. They're responsible for the bad governance we get in the country. They're responsible for we getting leaders them where don't become outlaws them. Where they see themselves as in that the demigods in the place, they see themselves as a society because nobody know they hold them accountable. As for the parliament, as far as I'm concerned, not to parliament land. We get a building, but what we get hustlers them. People them, the only thing where they did for how they will get all kind of a benefit at the expense and detriment and starvation of the citizens. Now that means they vote themselves all kind of benefits, all kind of benefits. When you turn around, they don't do anything for justify the huge expenditure them where the citizens get. If they now be patriotic citizens, MPs will get here, they will say, well, you know, in light of this kind of a thing how they suffer, so this kind of a blackout here, so what do they do? We as you know, we your contribution, we they give this, now this we they give. Now your contribution this, now your sacrifice this. For not help bring electricity now, yeah. And we don't go take so that for now go deny yourself any benefit until you know light come that the place. But they don't go do it because they host them. They able afford forget generators the way they go give them fuel every now and then. So they don't care. They don't care. That the whole thing that they don't care. You see this attitude of lethargic man and attitude of benign neglect. They don't care because they know they go through that day. And the financial resources there at their disposal. So waiting me and you they go through, they know they go through. So we as citizens, now we get for wake up to reality. Now we get for make letting guy they understand that John the cow, there's a na their own side. So we all, where they can say, going forward, and they can't lay that green books on side. Anytime where they talk now, that green book within a miala good, wherever the people they ask them, they know say, that green book, they give me a power as a Salonian for talk about issues then. And I'm not going to talk about issues then where now waiting the authorities and 1 year. No, I'm not going to do that. Where they do well, they will be credited for that. That they call intellectual honesty. We get for be able for give them credit. Who say they do it, but equally also, who say they veer off course. Who say we see infractions of principles where they militate against the orderly advancement of the country. We get the moral responsibility for bringing that out. Let us not say because now we party, now we leader, or now we region and they come out. No, what that is service because like they talk without the country, there is no party, no political party. Neither you don't get any political leader. I mean, this is just as simple as that. You don't need for go Cambridge University or Oxford University or University of Heaven for land say the country get for come first. And how does the country come first? We activities and we actions and get for dovetail reality. Where do they do that? They determine whether in fact we want to see the country go before. So we get for be part of the governance of a country. You get a lot of it, not necessarily for go be part of the political process. Awareness where they raise, doing the right thing, demanding that the people that were there in office, they do the right thing, where go they in harmony with the legitimate aspirations them. That also now a big contribution that towards the moral profile of the country, towards making sure that the country move, to the pedestal of greats. Let it match, from the boulevard of progress to the avenue of success. This is what we as citizens for they do. We need for the and me don't tell anybody. This now a sacred mission. This way I don't undertake. Me, I they assure anybody, I they now get for clean with judicial system. Who now already listen to me. Where get cases them where they where lawyers and they take money now on their hand. They know they do una work. Where una then a situation where una get a case, the judge then will give you the same decision. Then they give the person where get the case against the same decision, or the cases then go then court till thy kingdom come. Please now una will send them to me. Una go they send them to me. I don't decide say that me own contribution this because I don't want to talk from a vacuum. I don't want to talk from a position of speculation. I don't want to talk from a position of conjecture. I want to talk from a position of facts. When I talk, look the evidence where I get. Look the evidence. Now the only way this we all get for be involved for really getting our hold and people that way they now with judicial system, we get for hold them accountable. We get for hold them accountable if we really want to see the country go before. Like I say, it is not elections, not when the determinant factor there for a nation in advancement. Not to elections, not train them. So because we don't hold elections, we don't bring in new people there. Yes, when you not bringing in new people there, now waiting and they do. Waiting and they do, now it will determine the future of that country there. So waiting will get for happen. We get for come up now that we, convenient chair that chair they will sit down. Where we don't become just critic them, but we very selective how we criticize. When we party in power, we will remain quiet. We don't go say nothing because now we leaders and they now party and we don't go do nothing. That's not good. It's not good. At all times, just like we at the talk, say the country for day before. So, like I say, going forward now, I want for the whole this program between 30 minutes to an hour. So it means that between 30 minutes to 45 minutes, but not more than an hour. Because the thing is, when you make them go over 1 hour, then waiting go happen, people then go lose interest. They will lose interest. And added to that also that the fact say we have to take into account people the megabytes because you get people in a salon where go they follow, but they're not going to afford forget the megabytes and we go sustain them, we go make it long. So therefore be reasonable. So 30 minutes to 45 minutes, but no more than 1 hour if we don't do. Let the program be presented in such a way that all the points then will be touched. That I make we come on for address the issue. And that will happen where the presenter know where to they talk. Because you know will come, you don't know what they talk. Now that it make you say a presenter will know what they talk. Believe me, he go able to craft a program, less than an hour. Because you don't need for the repeat yourself. You don't need to hit the point home. If you get evidence for back them up, you back them up. You can back the point up by giving an example. So when look at this country, like just the way I talk about the need for law get a very good judicial system, the benefit. What I do aside Senegal. What did happen at Senegal? So say the judge they're waiting at Senegal, they committed their fidelity to the rule of law, the canons of that profession there, making sure that the justice system that one way they hold everybody accountable. Now that make you see that they do to Makisa, where they hold them accountable. What happen, in not run away commodity, but the citizens are now, what they do, they don't get back the country where they want them. So the hope is this new leader, where they go understand, say, the people that they watch them, and at the same way it take camp and power, when through the validity of the sanctity of the ballot box, to the help of a very independent and fearless judiciary, when the people are ready, if you don't do well, then go take their power back. Then go take their power back because they give it just they exercise the power on their behalf. And we see this in Liberia. When the people there in Liberia, when they're ready, they take the power, come out now, Mr. George Weah in hand. But one thing we will credit Mr. George Weah, he respect the citizens there. He accept their decision there. He not do anything for destroy the country of Liberia just because he want the power. He respect them. He honor them. He voluntarily give up the power. He not only give up the power, but he also help ensure a smooth transition at the place. Smooth transition, he help do. A day like today, alhamdulillah, Liberia said go talk say they say they on the democratic trajectory. And with the hope say this December when they come, Ghana said they do the same thing. They go copy that example where Liberia set. They go copy the example where Liberia set for let them get a very good government. For let them get a very good government. But if they not do that, then chaos, the logic of lawlessness, criminal violence, it not go because when that happen, everybody they suffer. Everybody go suffer. You see, everybody go suffer. To the fact say, the country not they go before. So again, like we say, we as citizens there, let we be part of we nation in advancement. Let we as citizens commit ourselves to the advancement of we nation. And how that they happen? How that they happen? We they become part and parcel of the governance in our country by for making sure that we may become law abiding. We hold ourselves accountable. Anything we tend for Hamburg, the country, now stay away from it. They'll be very law abiding. But let we also be honest enough let we be fearless enough, let we patriotic enough for call the issues that as we see them, regardless of whether now we political party that have power, or now we leader that they have power, or the people that within have power, now we region and commodity. No. Let that not be the basis by which, no. Because again, like I talk, and I will continue for stress this point here. So without that place when they call Salon, you don't get a leader. You don't get a leader. You don't get a leader. But when we all help push Salon before, then we get we get a country who all will be proud of. Again, like I talk say, there is going to be a ceaseless war on with judiciary, because with judiciary or the people that were they in charge of the law say, now them make we they also this so. Now waiting and they do now enable bad governance at the country. The bad governance what they see at the country, the exponential corruption what they see at the country, the ethical lapses that what they see at the country on the part of the one name we're supposed to act as a bastion of the constitutional liberty, the lawyers them and enjoy them. Now they with politicians they don't take, they don't take liberty, of waiting and they see the lapse in society. Because we get, that kind of a branch of government where people like Montesquieu and John Locke, they may not advocate. Believe me, no government no will be that brazen enough for duty, because they know and then they will be held accountable. If the only reason why we governments they don't get out of hand, now because they don't say nobody no go hold them accountable. Then they beyond, then they beyond accountability. Now I make no they say they can anybody go na Pademba road. Any of these politicians there. Now the minor ones them, if anybody don't believe, when they bring the treason case against Anen by Koroma, what should they do? The man don't have a house, they enjoy all the comforts of life. But then if we go back to history as to how they they deal with treason cases, you go back as far as 1967. Anybody when they accuse you of treason, they didn't have confinement. But if you accuse this person, say he commit treason, they didn't have oath. They get all the comforts of how they call up. Then you're making mockery of the thing. It's mockery. And that is exactly what Julius Maada Bio do. He make mockery of a judicial system. He make mockery of a law. He make let people that don't say inside Salon, you get people that way they're untouchable. That precisely that you do. Then you get lawyers that way also not even come out against that. And as a matter of fact, one of them even helped enforce that by making sure that he misinformed the court, he lied to the court, he corrupt the court by taking a fraudulent affidavit we allow and by Kuruma for escape justice. That's the sad state of affairs will get us. So by God power, we'll come back again with more issues then by God power. I want to thank you for again today and again at the talk say what come and follow that the share, let una the comment, let una the follow and above all on subscribe to the YouTube platform. Always know that they do that because that need to help the program grow. Because like I say, me one come out now the WhatsApp groups there because me not see that the way me they gain from the authority propaganda, misinformation, lies, hala and all that thing. And me not feel say I did do myself any good by then at that place. I'm not doing myself anything where I think say I they do for help myself. No, there's nothing like that. Especially, this amount of time where I don't spend at this country. I see how them people here, American people then they do everything possible for protect the corporate well-being of this country. Then they do everything possible for make sure say the country not go bad because they're not the only thing where they hold on to. The only thing where they get to that the country, so they have done everything possible for preserve the country. And that we want to see. So we go do that first by doing some in-house cleaning. And outside the in-house cleaning, they start. If they start, now the place where the people that we're supposed to hold we accountable, the people that we're supposed we lost in the country, where they make sure say they get for a plan uniformly, equitably. One way go make sure say they don't side with nobody, where they hold people that are accountable. The governors say take candor, where they go make sure say they understand say they know they above the laws and the country that big person. The laws of the country big person, where we begin get that kind of that kind of a culture where people are held accountable. Even the joint themselves, therefore hold the joint themselves accountable. Because there's a privilege they get for day for interpret the laws of enforcer. That in no way not put them above the laws them. Where there's we see infractions of principles on their part, they violate the laws, we for equally hold them accountable because they're not citizens of the country where they just fortunate enough, now privilege and honor they get for sit down at a place where now they for interpret and enforce the laws. So in other words, we all get for strive for be a society where the moral foundation of the rule of law were applicable to everybody. Once more, I want to know all Boku thank you again for another beautiful and blessed day. And I'm really glad with try small by God power, by our support, with our encouragement, the program will grow. By our support, with our encouragement, I get the implicit feeling say this program here will grow. With the camera, yes, for now it had, for build the platform, it's difficult and all that thing. But it get for be perseverance. I get for strive very hard. I get for bring issues them where the people that are here, and I get for be very honest. I get for be very honest. I get for be very honest in my presentation. I not for slide the thing. I not for slanter. I not for see which side you suppose for put the fault. I not put on the just because na me party or na me people them. No, I not for do that. Where you do that a great disservice that to the nation and to a fellow salute and say, you don't want to do that. And I want to promise you that more so, where being a journalist na Guinea now, I get accreditation na Guinea now. Me na part of the Guinean Journalist Association. I tell God, thank you for that. Now, because of what that they do, now I made them not put that kind of a respect for me. Now I make them they don't give me a press accreditation, badge. I tell God, thank you. This is not an honor, a privilege, where I go eternally remain grateful for. For me, a foreigner, I'm not a Guinean. I don't ever go there. Now, which no more than the year where they do, that propel them, that compel them. Say, look, we need to make this Maya part of we that. And like I say, what they do, then they translate what they do for the French listeners, them people that when they hear so and all that thing. And again, I will continue for thank the man who proposed me, Mr. Usman Ali Bangura, when I put the case, when I strongly argue the case for me, where he convinced in colleagues them, say, no, this man we need an ally be part of we. And based on the argument we put there, based on the persuasive, argument, powerful arguments we put there, now they make me a journalist in Guinea. One day I know that kind of honor, I know one day get an salute. If you wait till they do say that, how the people before that criticism they come with, what you understand. That salute the politics where they did at the PhD, they pull him down syndrome. So I can understand and some of it will live without it. But waiting the people of Guinea do for me, let God bless them. I will remain eternally grateful to them. And I think that we will live with me for the rest of my life. Until again we come another day, Mr. Kutubu Kuruma, on behalf of Salon Tok Forum, where they did with issues coming in analysis today, we come with this presentation where they wish everybody, goodbye. And ask them how can we be similar like Mani Rahim. With the help of say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take we to with Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. But today, you guys should get a very blessed and wonderful day.